have a mission to uncover the power and gender equality in the Game of Thrones Season 2, Episode 1, The North Remember. First and foremost, let us hear the summary of this movie. This movie starts with a war on the horizon. The Seven Kingdoms are witnessing an ever-growing clash of kings. The boy king sits on the Iron Throne, guided by cruelty, while Robert Stark of the North heads south to avenge his father's death. Meanwhile, Stannis emerged as yet another claimant to the throne. The woman with the dragon and her followers travel around the red-wasted area to find favors and escape from enemies. A frantic search for King Robert's bastard sons continues while the Queen sets to find the missing Arya Stark in order to retrieve her lover and brother, now a captive to the Starks. What an interesting movie, right? Now let us uncover about the powers in the two scenes.
The first theme that can be highlighted in the Game of Thrones Season 2 is power. The boy king, Joffrey, expressed his authority and power over his subjects in a very cruel and violent way. In the first scene of this movie, the boy king punishes his subjects cruelly for coming in late and drunk for his entertainment during his name day. The boy king punished the knight, Sir Dontos, by ordering the king's guard to get a funnel and a barrel of wine and forces the funnel into Sir Dontos' mouth. Then the king's guard with the barrel began pouring the wine down the funnel until he began gurgling and struggling. When the boy king was slowly reprimanded by Sansa and the Hound that it would be bad luck to kill a man on your name day, and what a man sows on his name day, he reaps all year. He ordered the king's guard to remove the barrel and funnel and to release Sir Dontos. He decided to make him his fool instead. A question arises from Machiavelli in his book The Prince, whether it be better to be loved than feared, or feared than loved. Machiavelli argued that it is safer for a prince to be feared than to be loved. Love can be a false pretense, a lie to achieve a greater greed, and can dissolve as the time changes. But fear is a strong emotion caused by anticipation and awareness of danger. Men dread punishments, and this fear can be used for the benefits of the prince. In this movie, the boy king clearly exploits the benefits and power he gets from the fear of his subjects. He is still young and inexperienced. He is drunk with the new power that he suddenly got after his father's death. However, it is also important for the boy king to have his own military and armed forces to instill fear in the hearts of his enemy, as a form of protection of his territory. After the death of his father, many people wanted to claim the throne. And with that attitude of the boy king, he will have the risk to be overthrown by his own people, as rebels will rise when there are injustice. His foolish action by beheading the North King's father and took captive of his sisters Sansa and Arya causes him to gain more enemy with his newfound power.
In the scenes at the hallway where Lord Baelish was asked by the Queen to help her to locate Arya. In this particular scene, Lord Baelish points out that he knew a secret that he wasn't supposed to know by saying, when boys and girls live in the same house, awkward situations can arise. Sometimes I've heard that even brothers and sisters develop certain affection, and he claims that prominent families often forgot the simple truth that is, knowledge is power. But she suddenly asks the guards to stop and says that she had changed her mind. She ordered the guards to step back 3 paces and tell them to close their eyes. Then she said to Lord Baelish that power is power. These particular scenes can be explained by quoting Machiavelli in his famous work The Prince. That is it better to be feared than to be loved? Obvious in the scenes that the Queen is being cruel to her subject, who had angered her by ordering the guards to cut Lord Baelish's throat. This shows that she has the power to take away Lord Baelish's life. But when she suddenly asks the guards to stop, it indicates that she only uses her power as a means to threaten Lord Baelish and to ask him to obey This is in line with Machiavelli's argument that it is impossible for a prince to avoid being cruel, but he also stated that it is also important that the prince to be slow. In this particular scene, the queen threatened Lord Baelish not only because he had angered her, but also as a warning so that Lord Baelish did not spread the secret that he knew. When she says that power is power, it is clear that she does not mind killing him as long as what she wants is accomplished. She is rather to be feared by her subject rather than to be loved. Now, let's move on to the second theme, gender equality.
The second theme that we want to highlight in the Game of Thrones Season 2 is gender equality. According to United Nations Entity for Gender Equality and the Empowerment of Women, gender equality refers to the equal rights, responsibilities, and opportunities of women and men. Equality does not mean that women and men will become the same, but the women's and the men's rights, responsibilities, and opportunities will not depend on whether they are born male or female. However, in frustration, she still believes that travel should be continued until the end, and she must strong to defend all of them. One thing that gives her spirit is the ability of her lovely dragon to achieve her target. Besides that, she also instructs 3 of her blood riders to find relief and protection. Relating with gender equality, we can see that although the woman with the dragon did not have any family member who can stand beside and support her, she able to live independently with good position. The respect shown by her followers prove that women can have opportunities to be a leader. Furthermore, the character of the woman with the dragon indicate that women have no exception to get involved in decision-making process and to be influenced other individuals with her own thought. In conclusion, her personality encourages us to think that the role of women is not just depend on men or as described according to the norm in society, but beyond all elements of life.
The priestess show us men and women should receive equal treatment and not be discriminated by gender. On the beach at Dragonstone, the priestess is holding a bonfire to honor the Lord of Light. She burns the image of the 7 gods of Westeros. Stannis, the king, and Devil Seward are there watching her burn the image. Then, Crescent arrives a bit late than the others and tries to stop the priestess, but she fell. The priestess then tells Stannis to draw a sword called Lightbringer from the fire. Stannis obeys her command and then pull the burning sword out of one of the god effigies and plugging it into the sand, and everyone kneels. The priestess, the most powerful religious figure, and has almost complete control over Stannis. The dominant religion in Westeros is structured with men at the upper side and women in supporting role, but worshippers of the Lord of Light accept the priestess, a woman, as their spiritual leader easily. The priestess shows us women or men are equal, as she holds power in a field dominated by men. Her powerful side can be seen when in this scene people kneel over her and Crescent failed to persuade the other people to stand against her. This fit Wollstonecraft's opinion that there could be no rational basis for discrimination against women in the recognition of legal and political rights.
What we can conclude from this movie is that there is a lot of power play and display of power, whether guided by cruelty or honor. The roles of women in this movie are also prominent as they are also equal with the men as ruler and advisor.
Mission accomplished!